Madam Secretary, thank you for joining us today. Today we released an open letter from you and some of your colleagues, former Secretaries of State, Secretaries of Defense, former National Security Advisors, on the issue of the United Kingdom remaining in the European Union. What's the key message coming from you and this group?
Well, the key message is really how important it is to the world and to the United States that the United Kingdom remain in the European Union. I don't think that it's really appropriate for Americans to tell the British people what to do, because that is their sovereign country and the people need to make a decision. But I think it's good if it's understood in a context of how important the United Kingdom's position is within the European Union and the influence that the United Kingdom has in order to have a more secure world and a more secure Europe, and frankly, how important it is to the United States. I think it's fair to say that the British, I hope they understand how important it is to all of us.
What are the stakes for U.S. interest, American interest in this vote?
Well, you mentioned that we have all these former national security people signing a letter, because I think the part that is so important is that a stable, secure Europe is an excellent partner for the United States, not only in dealing with U.S.-European issues, but generally in terms of all the issues that we have to deal with together in the world. And we are very good partners for each other. There really is a special relationship between the United Kingdom and the United States. It's historic, it's cultural, and it's an essential part of how we operate internationally. And having the UK in the European Union, remaining in it, is something that we count on, I think, in terms of dealing with some of the harshest issues that are out there. It's security issues, it's defense issues, it's economic issues, it's humane issues, and it's the basis of how we need to operate in the 21st century.
You've just returned recently from a trip to Europe. Brexit is just one of the issues that Europe, the challenges that Europe is facing right now. What do you see as potential implications for Europe itself in the wake of this vote, given other forces that are at play on the continent right now?
Well, I do think, I was born in Europe. I understand the issues that exist among the various countries and their national identities and how people feel about being part of a union, that they can't control everything about it. But the bottom line is the European Union itself has been a force for good in the last several decades, and it is a stabilizing factor in itself. It needs the United Kingdom's membership to keep it that way, because the problems that are out there, some of them have to do with the previous financial crisis, how Northern Europe relates to Southern Europe, what happens in terms of the refugees, what is happening in the Mediterranean. There are issues out there, there's no question, and they need to be handled by a strong institution, the European Union, that has the confidence of its members. Countries don't give up their sovereignty when they're a part of the European Union. They join a larger group of what is up to 500 million people with a huge economic weight, a big market, many issues in common, but there are problems that are better handled in common, which is why the United States is so supportive of the European Union and of the United Kingdom remaining in it.
And finally, you and your colleagues who signed this letter have spent decades working with the United Kingdom, have certainly formed the relationships that are core to what is called the special relationship. What can you offer in terms of insights, in terms of the value of that special relationship and the role that the United Kingdom plays with the United States?
Well, it is special. It's very interesting because everybody needs, whether you're a country or a prime minister or a foreign secretary, a country that you kind of have instantaneous understanding because of the history and culture, and understanding that we want to see governance handled properly in countries, that people are treated fairly, that we feel that our security issues have a similarity to them, that there is a commonality, common ground, and it is very special. I do know that when I was at the United Nations or then as Secretary of State, the first people you call are the Brits We need to talk to the Brits. What do they think? How do we work together? It is indeed a special, special relationship.
Thank you very much, Madam Secretary. It's an honor.
Right.